Hey YouTubers, it's me, Lonnie Clark again. That's for art. This is my last of the 4 videos that I said I was going to do. Um, I actually did another one and I deleted it because I sort of rambled on. I hadn't really had time to focus on what I wanted. I knew kind of what I wanted to talk about, but I didn't really have time to put my thoughts together. So the video ended up being 37 minutes long and blah, blah, blah. I just read too much and talked about horrible things. That's not how I want to end this year out. So I deleted it, which is why I love YouTube, because you can just, although what happens if you delete your thoughts and someone wants them, they can just steal them from you like what happened yesterday. But I don't care, whatever. I did want to leave you with this thought. We're heading into 2018, and I think what is going to happen, we're going to be seeing monumental changes. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have a serious foreboding that everything is going to change. Like, boom, we are not going to be the same after 2018. I don't know what that means, but something is going to big happen. And I think it's for the better. I think it's going to, humanity is going to stand up. And I think humanity is going to, like come together and be one peoples and love each other, expand our hearts. So on that, and I'm not going to read for very long. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I wanted to read from you my book that I read all the time on my radio show, The Way of Life, This Is What It Looks Like by Witter Bynner. And, Lao Tzu, they say, was born 69 years old in 609 BC. So this is number 67. I need to keep my glasses on. So this is what it says. Everyone says that my way of life is the way of a simpleton. Being largely the way of a simpleton is what makes it worthwhile. If it were not the way of a simpleton, it would long ago have been worthless. These possessions of a simpleton being the 3 I choose and cherish: to care, to be fair, to be humble. When a man cares, he is unafraid. When he is fair, he leaves enough for others. When he is humble, he can grow. Whereas if, like men of today, he be bold without caring, self-indulgent without sharing, self-important without shame, he is dead. The invincible shield of caring is a weapon from the sky against being dead. So, man, this is why we love poetry, man. It is our hearts. It tells us this poem was written a long time ago. So I want to guard us and let us remember that we have to live beyond the illusions of fear, anxiety, and focus on love, focus on caring, focus on being fair, loving ourselves, forgiving others, moving in harmony with each other, and taking right action. Whatever you think is the right action, do it. As long as, the thing is, when you know what's right action is when it doesn't harm other people. You don't have to, if you're calling people names and saying ugly things about people, even in jest, that's not right action. There's plenty of life to be had, plenty of fun to be had without making fun of people or calling names or saying things, right? So like when I call Trader Trump a traitor, I'm not just calling him a belittling name. He is a traitor. He is a traitor in scopes that we have not ever seen in this country. And will the GOP allow him to get over it? Maybe. Have the oligarchs decided that this is it? I think we are living in an oligarchy, as we have all seen. We have prisons for profits, wars for profits. That's why we have guns. Guns for profits. Cops are trained to kill. I mean, it looks grim here in America, folks. The mortality rate among infants is very low. We have people suffering in our streets. You know what happens when people get oppressed, though? To a certain point, they fight back. And they don't fight back with violence and guns. They fight back with their bodies. They put themselves in the street. They demand justice and equity. And guess what? People in power give us equity. This is how we got, women's rights. This is how we got the slaves freed. This is how we did a lot of things in this country. And frankly, I'm still going to keep repeating this. I think we need to honor the treaties that this country has signed with every Native American nation. So far, they've broken every one. And we need to not call the Native Americans the First Nations, as I call them. They need to not be prisoners of war when they sign up to be members of their tribe, and that going on on their treaties. I mean, the treaties need to be renegotiated. We need equity, and I think we're going to get it. I don't know how much longer we have to live. Guy McPherson says we have 10, 15, maybe 30 years, 20 years, not very long. But you know what that means? We take right action every day. If that's the truth, we take right action every day. We do what we need to do all the time. So thank you for watching. It's been a roller coaster of a year. I do plan on being on YouTube a lot more now that I'm not going to school. I am not going to school this term and next, so I'm going to be out of school for at least 6 months, and I'll be doing YouTubes. I'm actually going to be getting involved politically locally, putting some pressure on some people here now that I have time to go to these meetings. And I'm going to be taking right action, what I believe is right action, and I'm going to come at it with the point of love and forgiveness. And I am going to forgive those people who are greedy and have been trained to think that capitalism is the end-all be-all, because it's not. What does this say? Let me just end with this again. 67, that's the number in here. I always have to tell myself the number whenever I read out loud so that I would remember it. What does he say? These possessions of a simpleton being the three I choose and cherish. To care, to be fair, to be humble. When a man cares, he is unafraid. That's us. When he is fair, he leaves enough for others. That's us. When he is humble, he can grow. That is definitely us. We are all growing together. So put your courage feet on, you guys. Happy New Year. Let's make it a Happy New Year, okay? Ciao. Take right action. Talk to you guys soon.